love myself. I accept myself. I have compassion and empathy for myself and for others. I am giving love to my heart center. Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. I was just giving my heart some love before we get started. Feel free to borrow those affirmations to heal your heart center. Today, I'm wearing my empathy shirt because the animal healer of the heart chakra is one of the most empathetic animals on the face of the planet. An animal with an amazing memory and just overall one of the sweetest animals ever, that according to something I read a few years ago, when this animal sees us, it reacts the same way that we react to puppies and babies. This animal thinks that we're adorable. And this animal is an animal group soul that I've had the pleasure of connecting with and hearing a little bit of their story. They are truly the best animal for the heart chakra. And if you don't know what animal I'm talking about by now, let me just tell you. Elephants! I love elephants. Like, it was a no-brainer to pick them for the heart chakra. And their memory is so much associated with love, you know, and they remember the caring and the compassionate people. And I'm just gonna take a little relaxing time to talk to you about them. Just kind of in that sacred space, feeling the love, the cosmic love. And there is a decent amount to talk about with the elephants, but before I do, if you don't know who I am, I'm Kastalia Novatheo, and welcome back to my channel. Oh my gosh, I hate myself for saying that. Sorry, I don't hate myself. I love myself. I accept myself, even if I do cringy things. I'm Kastalia Novatheo, and I do content like this on my channel. I talk about animals. I talk about light versus dark. I do a Warrior Witch Wednesday. There's so much. So when you're done with this video, go ahead and check out another video from my channel. If you want to check out some of the other animal healer videos that I have out thus far, I will link the playlist around here somewhere for you to check out. But enough about me. Let's talk about elephants. Elephants are, well, in human terms, they are the animals that live in the African, is it the Sahara Desert of the Africa? I'm not entirely sure, I can't remember if it's called the Sahara Desert or if there's another word for it. They're around Africa, they're native there, and yeah, I mean, that's really the extent of the human description of them. They are they're somehow related to woolly mammoths. Their tusks are very strong, and an elephant never forgets. Sadly, they are one of the many animals who have poachers going after them because of something that they have, their tusks. And it breaks my heart because I've seen a video of an elephant that they found after a poacher took their tusks out. I felt that empathy. I just activated my heart chakra completely for this, and so if I start crying, that's why. But it's so sad. I can't wrap my mind around why somebody would want to do that to such a majestic creature. They They have an amazing memory. They take care of their young. They're strong. But I don't want to talk so much about what they are in the physical realm. I need to talk about them in the group soul level. On a group soul level, they are known as empaths. There are empath beings on our soul, a human being level, and in the animal kingdom as well, and they are one of them. They existed in Atlantis, as well as their counterparts, the woolly mammoths, big animals, kind and caring, and used for transportation a lot of the times. And they were very well loved, really loved humans. They created such a deep connection to humanity, and we created a connection with their group soul. But when Atlantis fell and the world drifted apart, it took a while for humanity to notice them again. And when they did, a lot of humans wanted to poach them, use their skin, use their meat, use their tusks. God. So you can guess I'm a vegetarian. They don't deserve that like, and I watched, what was it, Water for Elephants with Robert Pattinson and Reese Witherspoon. I cried when the man, I can't remember his name, the abusive husband dude, whipped the elephant. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch Water for Elephants. It's on Amazon Prime. I started sobbing. I did not shed one tear during Titanic, during The Notebook. It's because I watched the Titanic over the course of 2 days, so that's probably why. That's what people say is why. I didn't cry at The Notebook. I cried when that man hurt the elephant. I started sobbing. It didn't make sense to me. And the elephants, they never get like super aggressive at humans, even after what humans do to them. Like, they're so sweet. And they're very much connected to the cosmic heart. There's no doubt about that. And they have so much love to give. And there is always a negative side to the positive side. You know, they do get attached to people, and it can be heartbreaking for them if someone dies, like a human. If they live longer than a human they get a connection with, it can be heartbreaking for them just to watch anything they love die, because they love so deeply and they remember so much. And on a soul level they do too. Each individual elephant has its own story, has its own connections to people. They're such a special group soul because they're individual without having to be domesticated to be super individual. They all create different connections with different people. And even when they grow up, they still remember. And that's why they're so special. It's like birds, you know, they all fly together. It's not like they create this individual connection. In a way, they're like dogs, but a lot of the times with dogs, how they create those individual connections is through domestication. But elephants just do it. And it's just so beautiful. Their loving nature. They have like such a maternal, paternal energy. Both the males and females of the species, they have such a parent energy to them, and they deserve a lot of love too. And so I'm drawing some attention to them. They can help you with your heart chakra, and they feel love and understanding even after they're hurt. I think we could learn a thing or two from them, because the whole group soul as a whole could, you know, get angry towards people after what people did to them, but they don't. I mean, they're massive, they're huge, but that's what's so interesting about them, is that physically they're huge, but they have this inner child about them. The message I'm really getting from the elephant group soul is to talk about the inner child, because the inner child has a huge influence on your heart center. Inner child is your child self. A lot of the times, the inner child will fully isolate itself if you have gone through an intense trauma in your life or gone through pain. And a lot of the times, the pain that happens in your youth and in your upbringing really influences you. And if you can heal your inner child before you get too far in adulthood, then that would be super beneficial. For me, my inner child, I have 2 inner childs, which is really weird, but it's the best way to describe it. It's kind of my inner child was split in 2. So my original inner child, my child self, became dormant when I was like 11. Like my child self went away when I was 11, and I kind of pushed everything that happened to me up until that point into a little box, and I put it away, and I started to suppress all of it. And by suppressing all of it, I created this new persona of myself. And there is this 3-year period where there's this version of myself that is lacking my past development while also lacking a hope for a better future. And so that's my 2. And so first, I had to heal that one that was missing all that the development from my past because I was suppressing it, and also not seeing a hope for a future for the 3 years of my life where I was just in this hopeless state, and I was still a child. So that one I'll call the inner older child. So I had those 2, and the inner older child gets healed once you heal with the surface stuff. So you look at yourself and you look at all your surface things that are bothering you, and you start to heal that. And then the inner older child starts to make an appearance. And this is like your middle school awkward phase years for some people. That's what it is for me. It just so happened that the event that caused me to start suppressing a lot of stuff happened right before I started middle school. It was just chance that it happened then. But it was like when I turned 12, and it was like bam, bam, bam in a row after that point. A bunch of like really hard things for me happened in my personal life. A lot of things that I had to grieve, a lot of things that I had to heal, and just some not so fun times. And I had to go through that first to truly find my inner child. And my inner child was, how do I say this? It was spread out. So my soul was split. And so my soul was split, but it was my inner child that was split. And my inner child was trapping itself in some of the worst traumatic memories from my childhood. There were 3 main ones. It was trapping itself. I did a meditation and I saw through the eyes of my inner child, and I think that that's the best way to truly heal it. I had to heal all the surface stuff all the way back until I was 11. What I did, I dealt with all the surface like drama of high school years, and then I got into a meditative state, and I asked for guidance in my healing of my inner child. I asked for guidance, I asked for help. I called on my guide of the Akasha. The Akasha guide can help you find your inner child, and we all have an Akashic guide. The Akashic guide is more than just your past lives, it's also your past in this lifetime. And so the Akasha, open the Akasha, call on guidance from the archangels, and fully open your mind and your eyes and your heart, your mind, your eyes, and your heart to listen to the voice of your inner child. And that's why I chose to do the crown, the third eye, and the throat, and the heart, instead of doing the root up, because really you need to have, your throat chakra, your third eye, and your crown chakra in alignment and open so that you can start to heal your inner child. And obviously you're going to need your solar plexus and your sacral and your root chakra as well. But a lot of the times, if your inner child is broken, your solar plexus, your sacral, and your root will be out of balance. And no matter how hard you try to balance it and you try to heal it, if your inner child is still broken, it's going to be off balance a little bit out of alignment. Because if your inner child is broken, your heart, it has scars that are still fresh. Your energy is still being drained because you're not fully in your soul's energy. Your sacral is completely out of whack and you're not feeling safe because of your root. There you go. So you connect, do the meditation, you meet your inner child, and I saw it through the eyes of my inner child. And chances are you'll see where your inner child is trapped. So for me, the first place where I found myself trapped in was a room, a basement. It was a dark basement with freezers in it. It was a dark basement with freezers in it. And I was looking through the eyes of my inner child, and there's a moment where you're feeling everything your inner child is feeling. And I want you to go into that meditation, into that connection with your inner child, open to feeling it. The first time for me, I got scared of what I was feeling. I was feeling fear, but I got scared of what I was seeing. And a lot of it was my heart breaking because this version of me was so hurt. And I pushed myself, and I separated myself from my inner child, and I looked at this younger version of me who could not have been more than 2.5 or 3, who was just trapped. And I have to think that I started to get trapped from that age in this place and in these memories. And it's heartbreaking. And once you start seeing your inner child as something different than you as a child that needs someone to protect it, someone to take care of it, like an elephant protects its baby, you can heal it better. So you sit down and you ask it and you learn from it. And I promise you, by doing that, your heart chakra will heal. Like, for me, all the surface stuff blocking my heart chakra, moving it pushed my heart chakra into more of alignment, started to balance it more, but there was so much more deep-seated fears and pain. And it was coming from my inner child being in pain. The inner child that I put in a box and was locked into rooms. And for me, I had to set it free. I had to set my inner child free. I had to be the warrior for my inner child. I had to be the parent. I had to be the protector. I had to be the father that I didn't have for myself, even though I'm a girl. It's all about showing up for yourself and taking matters into your own hands, taking your heart into your own hands. And if you need just a little bit of guidance to do that, to be your own parent, to heal your own heart, you can turn to the Elephant Group Soul, and they would be more than happy to help you. They want you to heal all parts of yourself, including your inner child. It's time to show up. It's time to be that parent. It's time to heal the wounds of your heart. It's time to stop looking to others to heal the pain that you've been living with. And it's hard, and no one wants to do it alone. So here are your affirmations to call on the Elephant Group Soul so that they may help you. I ask the Elephant Group Soul to identify the wounds on my heart. I ask the Elephant Group Soul to identify the wounds on my heart. You want to say that first so that you know what wounds are there and what you need to heal. And again, I ask the elephant group soul to identify the wounds on my heart. Next, I ask the elephant group soul to show me how to heal the wounds on my heart. I ask the elephant group soul to show me how to heal the wounds on my heart. Once you identify them, you want to heal them, and only you can heal them, but the elephants can show you the way. Again, I ask the elephant group soul to show me how to heal the wounds on my heart. Here is your next affirmation, and this one is about your inner child. I ask the elephants to help me meet and heal my inner child. I ask the elephant group soul to help me heal and meet my inner child. You want to ask to meet your inner child and then heal your inner child. And you want to ask the elephants for help because they can show you the way and they can kind of be like your guide. It's scary to venture that deep into your soul and dig up your inner child. And you don't have to do it alone. The elephants can be there for you. They can be your guide. They can be your North Star. They can be your support system, something to fall back on. They can be with you the entire time. Again, I ask the elephants to help me meet and heal my inner child. As always, be sure to thank the animals, be sure to thank the elephants, and if you want a couple bonus affirmations, I ask the elephants to balance and align my heart chakra. I ask the elephants to balance and align my heart chakra. I ask the elephants to balance and align my heart chakra. There you go. That's your bonus affirmation. You can call on the elephants to help you with anything, but truly they are very empathic and loving beings, and they are just waiting for you to give them a call. So let's end this with a little love for yourself. I love and accept myself. I love and accept my inner child. I ask the elephants to be with me on my journey to fully piece together my heart and soul. This has been a lovely Animal Healers video. It's been nice to connect to all of you and to spread messages coming from the animal kingdom. Namaste.